Hi, I wanted to find an app that I thought would be very useful for teachers and students. And my children, who are two of them are, well, one is in fifth grade, one is in second, the other one's in kindergarten. Two of them have used this already in school and they love it. And they showed me how to use it, and I loved it. So I thought I'd demonstrate it in class, just the basics. And probably some of you have used it before, so if you have any great comments or things that I miss, please feel free to tell me about those. So anyhow, this is called Quizlet, and I did find it on the Google Chrome apps. It was for free, but of course there's a teacher updated version that does cost money. That might be useful, okay? So when I opened up the Quizlet app, you can also use it on your phone, of course, but this is on the desktop view. Um, I created a quick little study guide. Okay, so what Quizlet does, in case you don't know, is teachers can put up vocabulary or whatever subject the student has to practice, whatever they're covering in class. And this is for practice, for home practice or for at school. Okay, so I just really quickly added some vocab words about basic cell parts. Okay, so I'm going to go into edit. Okay, I'm logged in as myself. I'm going to go into edit. And what you can see is that I added 6 different terms. So nucleus, cell membrane, mitochondria, etc. Okay, and I kept going. And then the definition. So with this one, the definition is repeated. You can click on it. I'll erase that one. You could add your own definition. Okay, or you can have an auto definition, which I think is really useful. They have some very specific definitions and then some more generic definitions. So I guess based on the grade level and the detail you want, you can pick which definition works for you, or you can write your own. Okay. Then you can also insert a picture right here, change image. So I clicked on that little image of a nucleus, part of the cell, but as you can see, there's other images you can choose from. So you can just scroll through there. Okay, so it's a little visual reminder, which is great for some learners to see that. Okay, then you could also add a voice recording. Okay, so you could record yourself saying the word and saying the definition. All right, so like I said, you can go through and put in as many terms as you want. Okay, I just put up to 6. And then that's called your set. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go here. Okay, now a student would see this and they could decide what they want to do, or you can instruct them to the best methods, which how you want them to study. Okay, so you could do flashcards. So a cell structure that controls which substances can enter or leave the cell. The student thinks about it, says their answer, or thinks about their answer, then clicks on it.
Structure that controls which substances can enter or leave the cell.
Okay, and so I guess the microphone is on.
A cell structure that
and then you click to flip.
Can enter or leave the cell.
Great, and then we see cell membrane. Okay, so we can go through all the vocabulary words like that. Okay, you could play, you can shuffle, you could have the microphone on and off, on or off. Okay. Then students can also type in the answer. So again, I'm sorry I didn't save it to have only one definition it contains of nucleus, but students can type in the definition nucleus and then find out if their answer was right or not. And they can also click on I don't know. Okay, and it tracks their progress on the side. Okay, there's also a
mitochondria
spelling. Okay, so you type the answer mitochondria and it provides the definition, produces food. And then there's a test that's created, which contains multiple choice, fill in the blank. There's a matching, which is kind of cool. It's a game. Okay, so contains DNA. So you take this and you drag it to nucleus. Okay, you got it. So now it disappears. Cell membranes. I don't know how to scroll down here. So cleans up waste. That would be the lysosomes, I think. Yep, we made it disappear again. Okay. So as you can see, that's just another way that students can review. And there's also another game called Gravity, which students can play as well. Okay. So it does track your progress. Oh, sorry, it's my dog barking. It does show you some things that you've got wrong. You can look at different statistics. I mean, this all might be a little bit much for students, but it's a great way for students to practice, review, and for the teacher to also see how students are doing. Okay. You can check as a teacher, you can check your class project. Well, first of all, before you'd even want to do anything like that, you can, of course, share what you've created. Okay, so I haven't used Google Classroom yet. I'm sure I will, but you can share on your Google Classroom or on Facebook or on Twitter. Okay, you could just have the URL. Okay, you could share the link via email, whatever you want to do. Okay, you could add it to a class folder. So if you really use Quizlet all the time, you can have different classes and different folders and keep everything organized as the teacher. Okay, and then you can check your class progress. Oh, class progress. Okay, that's something that would be included in the teacher upgrade. So that's not for free. Okay. All right, so I thought this was a very easy way to create a review for students. And I could see that this necessarily wouldn't change from year to year. So this is something the teacher would have to spend some time the first year developing this, but then after that, it might not change too much. My kids love it, so I think that, you know, it's pretty user friendly for kids and it's engaging. The only thing my fifth grader told me is that students have to be very specific with their answers. They have to match what the teachers typed in as the definition or the answer. So that might be something that teachers have to work on with their students. Maybe they have to provide them with a handout or something, or really discuss those key definitions in class so that the student doesn't get discouraged if they've typed in the wrong answer. But through the use of the flashcards, you know, mainly through the use of the flashcards, then maybe the student would have an easier time filling in the rest of these. Okay, so I think it's a really useful app. I bet a lot of people in our program already use this. I did hear it mentioned once in my 521 class. So it is very new to me though, and I loved it. And I think that it's something that I would probably implement right away as part of my as part of the technology that I use in the classroom.